Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to a new episode of today's Best Stock Picks. My name is Pete. It is Tuesday morning, July 28, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. And congratulations to everybody in the boot camp yesterday and some really nice subscribers that emailed me personally that told me that they took some profits yesterday in the metals and miners and did not initiate new swing trades yesterday. It was one of those situations where a few of them were just starting, some of them were overextended. And as is very common with active traders, especially newer traders getting into the market, you want to chase price because you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. You have this fear of missing out because of how far it's moved already, and you end up being the sucker that buys at the last minute. So hopefully, and from this moment going forward, we're on the same page where timing those entries into good ideas is that last piece that you really need to learn to pay attention to so that you're not the person all the way up here saying, I know, I'm right, everything I'm doing is good. You buy it and it starts to pull back on you. You take a loss and then it moves back again in your favor, which is what we're actually going to discuss here today. It's a big part of trading, and I kind of joke around about it a little as an exaggeration, but it's true that the actual entry part of it is the easiest part on the planet because the hardest part is really finding order flow, reading the tape, and finding good opportunities that still have profit potential. That's the last part where fear of missing out really hurts some traders where they're like, I want to get involved, I want to get involved, I want to get involved. And they get involved too late because they waited for too much confirmation when that should have been an area where they were looking to book profits. So if you're in the boot camp, and if you're just a subscriber to the channel, congratulations that you took some money off the table, and AMD as well. Last week we talked about it, finally exploded through 57, had two really good days of trading, and the follow-through, the odds of follow-through were just very small. So you took some profits off the table, now you're looking for the next 5 or 10% move, and that's the whole point of being an active trader, right? By the way, a lot of earnings today. We're going to discuss McDonald's as the feature stock today, but my gosh, the list of earnings, Pfizer, McDonald's, 3M, and Altria. Altria is MO today. That's before the market schedule. Then scheduled for after hours, Visa, Amgen, Starbucks, AMD, and eBay. So a lot going on today. But I think the single biggest thing today is the putrid volume in the SPY again yesterday, 47 million shares, which is just less than half of the average normal volume, and getting a lot of questions about why. And really it comes down to there's massive indecision about what's going to happen in the back half of 2020. Most earnings guidance, which is guidance is going forward. Remember, they report earnings for the quarter that just happened, but then the guidance is going forward. You're buying and investing or trading that next quarter. Guidance has been lowered for obvious reasons. Our country is still shut down, basically. So how can you be anticipating the back half of 2020 is going to be good, which will tie that into looking at McDonald's as a trading idea for today and going forward with the earnings after hours today. But we also have the FOMC tomorrow. So there's a lot going on in the world right now. I don't think they're going to rock the boat. I seriously doubt they're going to say anything with so much going on right now. What else can they do? Another $1 trillion? Who knows at this point? I will tell you, there is a consistent bid under the market where every pullback, and again, please use that in context, every pullback has been an opportunity to get long. A couple of trades were not, but 9 out of 10 work out. It's hard to say that's not the right thing when you lose money on one trade. There's going to be a time where that bid's not going to be there anymore, which is why you need to have discipline as an active trader. So we're going to get into some charts right now. By the way, if you like these videos, and especially if you're making some money off the videos, definitely subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you have any questions. And if you really want to take it to the next level, let's trade together for the next 30 days. Click down, learn about the boot camp, see if it's right for you. A lot of people are having a great time in there. We're building a really solid community. And it's fun, quite honestly. When you're making money and actually getting better every day, it's a lot of fun. So click down and learn about that as well. So we're going to head over to the charts. We're going to take a look at, we're going to start out with the SPY. And the SPY is pretty much just pegged. I'll pull it out a little bit more. This 323 level, the SPY is literally just pegged there right now. We actually closed right there on the button yesterday, maybe just a little bit above it. But the volume is the big thing. I know I sound like Bob Pisani on CNBC where I keep talking about the volume, but the volume is where the money is. The easier trades happen when volume, liquidity are consistent in the market. And in the SPY right now, it's kind of like bouncing around, as we've been saying, as a balloon. I want to talk about McDonald's specifically today. You can see clearly McDonald's has actually rallied for the last 3 weeks into earnings, but into resistance right around the 200 level, slightly above 200. It does look like it's priced in already. And let's face it, how many people are getting out to go to these places right now? A lot of them are working on the curbside and that kind of stuff. I'm not looking to get long McDonald's into earnings for those exact reasons. Usually when my trades, when I see something head up prior to an announcement, to me, that's usually priced in and it's at resistance. So I'm not expecting it to rally through there. If it does, the upside looks like it's around 220, but I am actually looking to exit McDonald's into earnings and then look for the trade to settle in. I actually think we're going to pull back, very similar to what a lot of the stocks have been doing, including the main stock I want to talk about, which a lot of people are getting involved in right now. First off, again, congratulations to everybody in the boot camp yesterday who were patient in the morning, got involved in Tesla in the afternoon. We had a very specific level that we were watching for, and we basically got a nice 4-hour rally at the end of the day yesterday, and relatively easy money because we called the trade out probably about an hour before it even happened, which again, that's what tape reading is. But the point that I want to make here is this is right now not as super clear as it was on the way up. It's much more of a day trading opportunity. I'm not looking to hold any overnights here. Definitely looking to trade the stock as a day trade because of the liquidity and the volatility. But I want to make it clear, the picture, the story has changed in the stock. And I'll just give you a very quick example of what that looks like. Clearly here on the monthly, it still looks good. But on the weekly, this has changed dramatically. We actually went to well offer to inside candle. So we went from perfect to less than perfect to not good to indecision. So a lot has changed in Tesla. So if you happen to be active in this stock, really manage your expectations and your share size, fully understanding that the stock has changed. So some other opportunities, TSM actually had a really big move along with AMD. Again, this fits that criteria of absolutely good day trading stock right now because of the liquidity, the volume, the volatility. But as a new swing trade, the odds of follow through are dramatically lower. So I'm not looking to swing trade it, but I am going to be active in the stock if it sets up as a day trade. Getting into more metals and miners, as we discussed yesterday. Certain stocks were just breaking out. WPM did initiate a new swing trade because it was the first day, although it was a gap. Some good questions in the coaching call last night. Still looking to be long there as well. As opposed to a few of the other ones, such as AU, which, again, big gap, looking to hold that one as well. Oh, gosh, I lost my place on my sheet here. KL, KL. Again, first time breakout, holding out above that level. Now, the difference between this, where it gapped up, paused, held it, and the first day through, first of all, I want to say, if you're trading stocks with gaps, you have to expect that they're going to consolidate a little bit, which is what happened here, which is perfectly what you expect to happen. The general rule is you're expecting it to hold for 3 days before it bounces. If it holds for 3 days, expect continuation. But these kind of stocks where there's actually something behind it, it's a little different than trading corporate earnings. And when you get these gaps, you have to accept the fact that if you're going to trade a stock on a gap, there's going to be a little bit of a pullback as a general strategic decision. So you have to be okay with that. You're going to have to be able to manage those trades. So again, we talked about Newmont yesterday. What is the right trade? We called this out yesterday as a trade above 68. As long as it stays above 68, that's going to be the trade. Very similar to what we called in space last week, SPCE, where we said above the breakout was where you're going to be holding it, and it met that criteria and stayed that criteria. We actually hit our target. We came pretty close. But I want to make sure I get clear on those two trades. Some other trades that we're looking at today, the home builders and Toll Brothers, specifically Toll, Lennar, and Pulte Home, just continue to show relative strength, and they keep going higher. Again, if you're a little bit late to the party, we called them out over here about 10 days ago. So again, you want to be a regular subscriber to the channel and get those updates. They've been some relatively easier trades to hold because they don't have massive volatility, but there clearly is buying and institutional activity. Smart money's pushing the stocks higher. The only problem now is we're coming up to resistance levels, so you might need to let it pause up in this level. A couple of other interesting ones today. We have FedEx, which actually popped through, and UPS, both at or near breakout levels. We need to see them break through these levels. It's good if you want to initiate the first piece of a trade, get above that level, pause, then you have the start of a trade at a great entry, And then and if it follows through, the next trade is actually simple because now you're just adding to a good position. PM is an interesting one. Philip Morris had good volume yesterday, and it broke out to new 20-day highs, with 90 being the next level. So we have roughly $12 profit potential on this stock, and a very clear level. So again, very similar to what we called out last week in space. Now we're looking for Philip Morris to stay above 78, looking for a run at 90. Monster.com is another one. Actually really good volume and push and a pause. Now we paused for 2 days and we made new highs again. I'm looking for follow through here as well. One of the most interesting ones that meets the list today, though, is Stone. And you can see here that we finally punched through this level. And again, if you watch the video today that we did on Stocks for Breakfast, you can see a lot of melted candles here. So this is not a stock to day trade. However, it does meet some really good criteria for a swing trade right now because it's clearing new levels. And if we go out on the longer term frame chart, you can see where we are now. We're actually breaking and looking to hit all-time highs. So we need to stay above this 44 level as a daily candlestick. So yesterday was the first day we punched above there. If you bought yesterday on the breakout, just be aware that it keeps failing at this level and pulling back. If it pulls back and closes below 44, be disciplined, pull the plug. If it stays above there, has well bid, and closes higher again, you can feel confident. Look for the next push and a pause to initiate the next swing trade addition to your first entry there. So again, not massive, great opportunity today. I want to point that out to you. Just because you have a trading account doesn't mean every day that there's awesome trades. There's still definitely some good trades, but we do what we're calling working the order, where you have to finesse the entries a little bit more, whereas opposed to going in on your initial entry with full share size, we're working the orders a little bit where we are putting on, let's say, 30 or 40% of the position. If it moves against us, not a big deal because it's not, what you might call an A+ trade. And a lot of that is because of volume, not because the trade setups aren't there. We're finding plenty of good trade setups. We're just not seeing the consistency in the volume from one day to the next. And especially if you're a day trader, be super patient during the day and don't throw money away just because the market opens. We made really good money yesterday afternoon in the boot camp because we were waiting, lower share size, small losses, small profits. The market found a bid at our #1 location that we look for tape reading, and quite a few stocks found that spot and rallied from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock basically. And it was easier trading in the afternoon because we were patient and we knew what we were looking for. So if you're day trading, stick to your rules. If you are swing trading, we got some opportunities that are breaking out here today, and those home builder stocks still look good, but some of them coming up to resistance. Take a look at some of the breakouts we discussed today. I think you're going to be pretty happy that you had them on your list. Have a great day, everybody.